Hello there and welcome to the Fast Forward Show. This is a continuation video of a recent interview we did with Richard Adams, who is the former sales director of Citron Hygiene, Canon Hygiene and the OCS Group. Richard has an exemplary track record in turning around underperforming sales teams, and he has now got his own business called Sharpstone, where he's helping other companies to do the same.
I'm very clear that as a leader of a business, a leader of a sales organization, whether you are a sales leader, a sales director, or whatever you are within that organization that has responsibility for bringing people on, the responsibility is far, far greater than just saying to that salesperson, we're going to bring you on. Is it right for that salesperson? And I know constantly when I've interviewed for candidates, when you and I have worked together in the past, is I will go into a great lot of detail. It's not just about whether that person is right for us. It's about whether the person is right, the company is right for that person, the culture, everything is the right fit. Because if you don't get that right, you get a whole lot of problems later on. I have a very simple tagline that says, if in doubt, leave it out. Yeah. And I know that can frustrate yourself as a recruitment agency for some time, but I know that it comes down the track and you will always be there. And I think your question was really clear around the nuances of that, the salesperson you're looking to employ. Is it an account manager? Is it a new business person? And I think I always start, and this is where I'm not really bothered when I sit down with a sales individual. I'm not really bothered too much about their CV. I want to get far more into their reason why they're interested in working with my organization. I really want to understand why they're interested in the sales organization, why they're interested in the role of sales, what they want to achieve in the future. If you can get their reason why down, you have a very good clue then as to whether it will work in the long term or not. Because my experience tells me is that salespeople will enter sales organizations and they will move at very different speeds. Some people will get it straight away when they join into an organization and they will fly. They might have some blips along the way, but ultimately they will move very, very quickly. Some salespeople might struggle for 2-3 months. And as the leader, that's when you earn your corn. That's when you know the magic dust that you need to speak with that salesperson. You've already done your due diligence. You know that the salesperson is right for your business. So therefore, spend that extra bit of time to, you've clarified their reason why, you've clarified their goals and objectives, you know what they want to achieve, and then you want to make sure that you actually help them deliver that long term.
Mm-hmm. So, right, quite a few questions have come up there from what you've said. So, have you or do you turn down people for jobs then, if even though they're brilliant for the job, if you don't think it matches their kind of why or what they want?
Yeah, it's the most important thing. There are people that I can flip that round the other way. There are people that I have employed that don't necessarily have the pedigree in the past for that role, but their reason why, their reason for wanting to do the role, their attitude and everything else will be great. So therefore, I will trust in that far more than I would actually whether they've done it in the past and may have done it sometimes or not all the time, because actually that will give you a far greater reason, that will give you a far greater confidence in that employment decision. Than if you...
I loved working with you actually, because it was attitude before experience, I think, in most circumstances.
I go right back to the very early days of me recruiting people when I worked at one of the greatest sales organizations in the world, which is Lyrico. And through my time, we used to have a very simple phrase that we could teach skill and knowledge. 80% was attitude. Now that tends to be at the junior sales role, and it's something I've worked with the whole way through my career.